Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well today. I know I am. If this is your first time here, hi, my name is Ileana and I'm on my debt-free journey trying to pay off over $106,000 in car loan, student loans, and I'm back to credit cards. So if you'd like to join my YouTube family, please subscribe. And if you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. I'm so glad you could join me. So this video, I focus on some goals because I noticed that I do my quarterly goals, but some of the goals I'm only focus on the paying off the credit cards than the other goals. And I think I should focus more on like monthly goals just so I can, you know, have some sort of plan that will help me. So I figured, I know I would want to watch somebody do this, so I figured I would do a video for you guys. So there are three main goals I want to focus on in this video, and just in general as goals go. So the first one is debt, obviously. The second one is savings, because savings is... Sorry about that. So savings is another big one that I don't primarily focus on too much. Like I had my 52-week challenge and that went kind of awry, but I'm trying to get back on that track. And just thinking about it, 52-week challenge, if something happens again, then what am I going to do? I'm not going to have any savings. So that's another one. And then I wanted to focus on a category for housing. I know, surprising, housing, because I already live in a house. But, you know, I'm too old to still be living with my mom and my stepfathers. So I want to make a plan, a goal, and hopefully achieve it. And have some sort of goal for when I want to move out. Because I do want to move out. So if this is something you're interested in, please stick around. So I'm going to focus first on debts. Here we go here. So debts. I have quite a few credit cards. I have student loans and I have a car loan. Now, I'm obviously focusing. If you guys saw my paycheck one, you'll have seen that I have paid off my Firestone credit card. Well, it's not really mine. It's under my stepfather's name, but I used it. So that's why, but I paid off what I spent. So I'm very excited about that. Now, obviously, I want to get back out of credit card debt because it was such a good feeling. So right here, I want to focus on what I want to do in the coming months. So obviously it's September. September is the gateway to not only Thanksgiving, Christmas, Halloween, but also the end of the year. And I want so desperately to finish paying off at least 2 of my credit cards. So I want to pay off Target, which has probably the highest balance out of all my cards, and Amazon. Now, typically each month Target is $50 and Amazon is around $30, $29, $30. But I want to make it a goal. Let me put the 50 and the 30. I want to make it a goal to put more. Now, after paying off the Firestone, if I put the $27 minimum, it's going to be $77. But I want to make it, I'm going to try to make it at least $177. I don't know where I'm going to get the $100. I don't know how. Maybe I'll do some Uber Eats, but I want to add as much money as I can to pay this off quickly. And I have already returned something from Target, which brought it down a little bit. So it's sort of working out right now. I am so focused on this. I'm like zeroing in. Amazon has about almost 900, which I think once I take this amount plus the Firestone amount, and if I can still put in 100, I will have, plus that amount, I'll have $207. And obviously I want to put more, but this is the baseline of what I want to put every month towards these debts. Because once I pay this one off, since this one's $900, it'll take me no time to pay off the Amazon. And then the other ones will be a piece of cake. But these are my two main focus on my debts. My goals for my debts are Target and then Amazon. Now, I did refinance my car loan with Capital One for a lower interest rate for, I believe it was 6.06%, which in CarMax I had a 10.25%, I believe. So currently, the minimum payment would be $262, which is a much lower price and something more manageable for someone in with how much I get paid. But I don't want to, even though I'm focused on these two, I still want to definitely get this debt out of my way. Like, I want to focus on both of them, sort of. So, but I'm not going to kickstart it, is what I'm trying to say. So, sorry. What I'm trying to say is I'm focusing on the Target card. But since I'm used to paying the $308 in CarMax, I have decided instead of paying the new minimum payment, I'm going to pay the $308. That way, more money will go towards the principal, and it'll, by the time I get to my car loan again, it'll be down, hopefully a couple $1,000s. So I will be putting an extra $46 onto the principal of my Capital One. So that's a really great thing. So that'll help that'll help my car payment down. And I don't have to even think about it. I'm just so used to putting $308. I am so used to putting $308, so it's not gonna be anything new there. So those are my three main. My mom's iPad keeps going off. I'm sorry about that, guys. Sorry about that. My mom's iPad kept going off. So these are the main three goal-focused areas I'm gonna work on for my debts. So I hope that made sense. So I'm just gonna add up the budgeted. I'm sorry, please just ignore that. So if I would stick to the regular budget, it would be $342. But since I'm planning to put more, I will eventually be putting $692 altogether. Now, obviously, that's not going to be what I actually pay out, just because this has had a roll-in of the 177. So That's not how it's actually gonna be, but I just like showing the numbers. So that is my debt category right there. Now for the all important savings, here we go. Savings is a big deal, guys. Now, I don't know about the rest of you, but when you know what happened in 2020, it came as a surprise to everybody. Like, I think in the back of people's minds, they knew that there was going to be another crash. I don't think they knew that we were going to get something like this. And millions of people lost their jobs, or they got reduced hours or cut pay. And thankfully, that did not happen to me. Thank you. But, you know, it opened my eyes to the fact that nothing is ever permanent when it comes to your position. And I live in a state of Florida, which is Florida, that you have the right to work state. So what that really, you know, what that means is that your boss could fire you tomorrow. From what I've been told, your boss could fire you tomorrow and they didn't even have to give you a reason. So yeah, that kind of scared me. Not kind of, did scare me. And I just realized I can't be playing fast and loose with things anymore, especially since I'm not exactly as young as I used to be. If I was in my 20s, I'd be okay, but now that I'm 31, and I know 31 isn't old, but it's getting up there. So I need to focus on savings. So currently, my regular savings account has $10. Well, not $10, but I put $10 towards my regular savings account. Now, what I want to do is put more. Now, because of my limited funds, I can't exactly put 200, 300, 500 as much as I wish I could, because I'm also trying to pay off my debt. But I think realistically, I could put $100. Now, this one, if I can do, I am going back into Uber Eats, and I'm thinking of using some of my Uber Eats money to put towards my savings. So I think if I do Uber Eats at least once or twice a week, I could definitely reach that goal. It's not a big goal, but it's something. And I have been looking for other jobs as well. I've been applying to higher paying jobs, which some of the jobs I've been seeing on, at least on Indeed, are similar to what I'm getting paid, and some of them are a little bit higher. So I'm trying to go for the higher ones. I even got they even emailed me. I didn't even know they had this on Indeed. They even texted me saying, we're interested in you. We want to do an interview. So let's see how that goes. So for the foreseeable future, I'm going to try to hit that $100 goal into savings. Retirement. For the last couple of years, since I've been working on my debt, I've only put 1%. But since every year I do get a pay raise, I am planning to put another percentage in, and I already did that. So now I'm going to be putting 2% of my paychecks being taken out, which I know for some hardcore Dave Ramsey followers, Dave Ramsey said stop all that, but I need to keep doing it for my own personal reasons. And we also have to remember that this is our own journey. So if you want to continue to put money towards your retirement, no one can force you not to. So I don't know how much I get taken out of my paycheck. I do see it, but I don't focus on it because it irks me a little bit. But so I'm putting 2%, which before it was just 1% towards my retirement. It's not a lot, but it's something. And then my emergency fund. I am currently putting nothing towards emergency, which, Ileana, savings and emergency, aren't they the same thing? No, emergency is if, my, car explodes, or if I have to go to the hospital, or, something really dire for me to touch that. And I want to bulk that up. So, and savings for me, savings is like, saving for a down payment on a house, or saving for a grand trip that I want to go on eventually, or, paying for my mom's dream vacation or something like that. So there is a difference. Now, emergency, since I'm putting more towards savings, I want to try to put at least the very latest $50. That's going to be a tight one, but I've been on Mercari. I'm trying to sell things as well as do Uber Eats. So I am going to try to bulk that up. Now, $150 for those of you who make more than I do, and I have no shame that I make about $33,000 a year. That's like chump change, but for me, that's a lot of money. So this I think is more more realistic to my price range. And hopefully I can get another higher paying job and I can bulk that up. But for right now, this is what it's going to be looking like. So wish me luck on that. And then we have housing. Now, the reason I'm talking about housing, is because I just said my nephew is going to be moving in with us. So I think it's about time I start getting myself ready to leave the nest. And, as much as I love staying with my mom and living with her, this is going to be too many bodies in this small house. This house is not humongous. And let me just say, my nephew drives me, well, not just me, my mom and my stepfather, insane. I'm not going to go into it, but he's a very disrespectful child. So, and he's not a little kid. He's 15, 16. So, I just don't know if I could, for years, live with him. Not that I don't love him or anything, but it's just, I can't. So, I want to make plans to move out. And I'm very excited about this because I've been wanting to live on my own for a while. I just never had the right pay. And when I do get something relatively good, the rental prices increase and I can't afford it. So I know, excuses, but it's how things go. So housing, I want to be able to save for rent, a deposit, and some places have security deposits, and then of course furniture. and moving cost. I'm hoping I can save this kind of money, but we'll see what happens. These are goals. So rent, I'm hoping to do $900 a month, which 900 is very steep, but seeing as so many people moving to South Florida, it's crazy how high the prices are. So this is realistically what I'm looking at. Now, 900 is cheap for Florida, but every year I get a pay raise a little bit. So hopefully by next year, the year after, I'll be able to save that amount. And before I move out, I want to save at least 3 months worth. So that way I don't feel the crunch right away. And I can figure out how to save for the next 3 months, and then, going forward. I have a plan in my head. Now, deposits generally are, from what I've learned, they're generally a month's worth of rent or a little bit more. I'm gonna go on a little bit on the higher side just because you never really know. So I'm gonna do 1,500. I know most of the time it's the rental price, but I like to be over cautious than under. Security is generally the same thing as rent or the price of the rent times a certain amount. And I'm gonna do 1,500 too. And then furniture, I'm not like, how do I say this? I'm not like bougie or anything. I would definitely go to like the Goodwill or something, or find something within my price range. So, and especially if I'm only gonna be in a 1-bedroom rental, hopefully in the near future, I'm not gonna need that much furniture. So I'm going to do 1,000. I think that's realistic for 1 bedroom. And then moving costs, if you take into account the boxes, and I mean, I could probably put boxes in my car, but bed and everything, I'm going to figure another $1,000. That seems realistic to me. Moving is not cheap. And if I do get a rental, I want to be able to stay there for a couple of years. So I don't plan to move again for a while. So I'm gonna add all this up to see what housing range I'm looking at in terms of moving. So 9,000 plus 15 plus 15 plus 2,000. We're looking at $5,900. That seems about right. Sad to say, but true. And if I were to add in the extra 2 months, then it would be in total 7,700 I would need. Now, this would take me a while to save. I'm hoping in the next 2 years I can save that amount. And I know like most people don't save 3 months worth of rent, but seeing as I am on the lower side of income, I rather have those 3 months. That way during each month, I could save the money for the next coming 3 months and so on and so forth. That way I won't feel the tightness, you know? So I like to be prepared. So these are my goals: my debt, my savings, and my housing. I am really excited that I'll be able to save for these things. Now, I obviously did not take into account how much electricity is, water is, all that, but the bare necessity of housing. Hopefully by the time I can get to the housing savings, the end of the housing savings, all my consumer debt will be gone and I just have my student loan debt. So that's the plan. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it's kind of like all over the place, but my mind is like thinking about one thing and going further. So I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, don't forget to hit that like button. And if you want to join my YouTube family, please subscribe. I would love it if you're part of this journey that I am currently on. So I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.